And welcome back to the Create Mod here on Music Free Gaming. It is great to have you here, and I am happy to be back in my potion room, sort of. It is. We've been here a long time, I know. It's time to actually decorate this place and try to make it look, some semblance of good. So let's get into that. All right, the easy bit of this room is done. I finished putting the terracotta in. Because that's simple. I think the first bit I want to do is actually come across something like this. Now I'm going to put, oops, not upside down. That would be not right side up. I want them upside down. Right. And I do need a little bit of something, I think, going across the top here. Because I think I want to try to come in here with some placards or something just to play with the fact that I've got this cool vault texture, and I don't know quite what I'm going to put in them on, especially on this side. Over there, it's easy. I can put in the ingredients and that's cool. But on this side, it's a little bit tougher. Yeah, let's go get some placards. I didn't think of making them ahead of time because I wasn't entirely thinking about anything. You ever have that moment where you should be thinking about something and you're not? You're just sort of sitting there like, yes, this sandwich is really good. That's pretty much where I was at this evening. Got the stairs, right? Starting a little bit of the ceiling. And that cutout for the placards does look pretty cool. Though I could do a little bit of something here. But given where these barrels are and things, let's see. I've got barrels and I think I probably used up all of this, but it's okay. Right, but if I were to take something like this, right, that's facing the wrong way. Okay, but take that out and then, where's my poor man's scaffolding here? Okay, and then let's place that there. Is that better? This is the process you gotta work through. It's like, is that better than that? Or maybe it would be better if I put a little something up there? Ooh, that could be. Actually, no, it would look really good. Look really good there. Is probably a copper block of some sort. Let's go see what I've got. So yeah, and then I've got this whole factory because I need the nether. It's just one thing after another, man. I need to build this, to build this, to build this, because I also need this and this. All because I don't want to build dispensers. I mean, I suppose I could do something simpler, but no, I don't think I'm going to. I actually love Create Mod because it lets me do all this stuff. All right, yeah, having the ingredients up here definitely looks really good. Now, the one drawback is I decided to put copper here in the corners, which looks great, but I don't have any way of waxing it. I don't have honey or honeycomb. So I'm going to have to build a honey farm just to keep my copper orange. This is my life, people. So I've got a little bit of extra stuff in here. I've got these lights now with the acacia trapdoors over them. And I put some of those up here too, just to make that look a little fun. This back wall is going to need some help, but I think I want to do some work on the outside of this room, and I think that will help define this wall. I'm going to go work on the outside, but remember, I've got a little feature here I don't think I ever mentioned. So I've got this barrel is the secret loading system. So if I want to load like melons and golden carrots, I can drop them in that barrel and they eventually get fed back into the system up here. And see, so now I've got not quite full tank of night vision, but more. So, until I automate the delivery of most of the stuff, I can just come in here and drop it in this barrel, and it feeds the system beautifully. So out front here, I've got a little bit of a mess. Actually, I've got a lot of bit of a mess, but I've got the redstone contraption dealy-bob going on here, right? This is kind of sticking out. It's kind of ugly. I want to cover this up and make it look, well, less ugly. So I think what I might do is do a little bit of what I was doing inside with the whole barrel and stripped log concept, and then extend the wall out and around this way. And then maybe leave this open for some controls and some other things. I'm not entirely sure. We're gonna play this by ear. Yeah, definitely. Problems for future me. I tend to accumulate those, it turns out. You know, I don't know why. It's almost as if I just am lazy or something. But that can't be it. No, I'm not at all leaving problems for later because, you know, of laziness or anything. It's totally because yes, and also because of sure, and then maybe also no, it's 100% because I'm lazy. So I said I wanted to lay off some of the create stuff, and I do. I really do. And I probably will, perhaps, but one of the things I do want to have rigged up in this room is a way to feed potions into a chest, drop them into something, feed them back over here into a machine that takes redstone or gunpowder to create longer lasting potions or splash potions, something like that. So, though in all honesty, given that I actually have output happening here, maybe it would make more sense if I rigged up something here. I don't know. It would make sense, but that's a pain. I have to quit giving problems. Seriously, I have to stop giving present me and future me more problems because this is not working out for any of us. So here's the other option. Okay. I already have down here these things set up so I can just throw potion bottles on here or empty bottles and this will automatically fill them with potion, right? So I've got a bunch of fire resistance here. I could actually just have a staircase down or scaffolding or something down from up here that brings me down so that I can maybe put something in this wall, right? This gives me the, hey, welcome to the lower depths of the brewing area, which is a fabulous idea. And I think that is going to have to be something I look at in a little more depth. But for now, let's go finish covering up this area outside. I have to stop thinking of how cool things would be because then I look at what I actually build and it's like, oh, I built this little thing. Isn't it cute? It could have been really cool, but nope, this is what I built and it's cool and I like it and it's a thing, but it could have been cooler, but I'm not that cool. So it's going to be like this and yeah, that's kind of how I end up thinking about my build sometimes. I have broken some cardinal sin. It turns out this wall is an even number as well. That's just how this works. I am even, darn it. I am not odd. No, there's nothing odd about me at all. Nothing. I'm not odd. So as I'm looking at this space, right, I'm just thinking that I could come down here and set up the brewing area here, right? Because I've already have it spitting out these potions. I could, right, put the machinery to give me the splash potion or redstone potion. What to do with this space? What I could do is migrate my clerics down here and set this up as villager trading hall for clerics right in this happy area rather than have them all up at my base, well, just upstairs, really. I kind of like this idea. because then it moves the clerics. I can set up a few more of them if I want to. It puts the clerics with the potions, right? That makes all sorts of sense. Okay, I'm kind of down with this. I wasn't expecting to do villager wrangling today. This is where life has brought me. And honestly, I can't say I'm totally upset with my life choices. I think this is actually going to look really, really cool when it's done. And having the clerics over there, it's just going to look great. And the clerics are all in place. This is looking good. And I've got some storage over here. Also have a nice little display of how much gunpowder, redstone, and glowstone I have in the machinery over there. Plus, I can call for cinder flour if I need it. So that is cool. So yeah, the next step will be to actually build out the potion room. And through the power of editing, the potion room is done. Okay, yeah, this belt going through here looks a little silly, but the rest of it is nice. Now, again, I'm going with the sort of sparse, modern look here. But there's a special bit here to this room. So I've got this set up so that if I wanted to, I could just throw empty bottles and get any of these potions out, which is great. But sometimes you want to, juice up the potion a little bit. A little gunpowder, a little redstone, a little glowstone, whatever you need. Well, I've got this set up so I can throw in a potion. Actually, I have to throw in 3 potions. Because the way this thing works, the basin, you need a full batch for the mixer to start. And then, after you've dropped those in, or even before, however you want to do it, you pick what you want to mix up. Like, for example, if I want the redstone, that'll send those potions into some machinery, and I'll show you that in just a moment. And then it's going to pop right out here. See, I was doing some testing. This should come out here in just a moment. All right, and there we go. There's our 3 new potions of fire resistance. And I just realized this section of wall is broken, so let's just go ahead and cut through here and take a look at the machinery. Now, I have to admit, this is a rather imposing bit of hardware here, but it's actually fairly simple. The potions, when they come in through here. And I just realized I need to fix these funnels. But the levers up front trigger a redstone link, which then pops over here and feeds those things. Awesome. Now, what'll happen is the potions will come through. They'll get sucked up this way into this vault. And then depending on what's selected, we'll send those potion bottles out this way. Here's the catch. The basin and the mixer won't start spinning until it's full. And that requires 3 potions. So I have this funnel set to 3 so that it won't send any potions out until all 3 are there. I've got the same thing set up over here, and that's why it locked there until that 3rd potion went in. This way it's guaranteed that I will always be able to get a full basin. What then happens is the bottles, they come out here, they flip over this drain. The empty glass bottle sits over there, and then things sort of fill up and go. Let me grab a couple of bottles and show you how this works. This is all set up to do redstone, okay? Cool, so we're going to take our potion, we're going to drop redstone in it to turn these 3-minute fire resist potions into 8-minute potions, right? So we'll just slap those down. And you see, they just flip over into the drain, which pours the potion down the tube, which then goes into the basin. And I left this uncovered so you can see what the pipework looks like. But it'll go into the basin, and then we'll pump up into these spouts. And you just saw those potions go by. What ends up happening is the mechanical arm looks for the unlocked Dealy Bob over here, right? So it'll look at this and say, oh, redstone is on. This is unlocked. It'll drop the potion bottle in here, and it will sit there until it fills. And then it runs over here. Well, those didn't feed this time. I wonder why. Probably because I don't actually have all of the redstone connected at the moment, or the redstone drop. Now, this thing, it drives me nuts because this is one of those things that's working in creative, and it was working a lot just a moment ago. But the idea is that what ends up happening is the potion gets pumped out of the basin and into the spout faster than the fluid container or the mixer can actually mix it up, right? Now, I think what's actually happening in this case is I disconnected the chutes while I was testing. So let me go reconnect that, and then we'll make this work. Everything's reconnected up top, and these are just pulling out of the vaults that I'm using to generate redstone and gunpowder and glowstone, which is really convenient, actually. So we'll just go ahead and throw those back in. They get the little flippy-do going on over there. And now you can hear it mixing. This will start to fill up here in just a moment. And then we'll get our potions. And there we go. There goes the last potion. And everything's now an 8-minute fire resist. Yeah, it's amazing how well it actually works when you get all of the ingredients in place. Hey, there's one more thing. I decided to make a little change. I've never used these before. These are rose quartz lamps. And what's cool is when you set them all together, they act as sort of a toggle. So I can hit this button, and now I'm doing gunpowder, and this one, and now it's redstone, and this one, and now it's glowstone. And so I don't have to have those ugly levers, right? I could just hit a button, and it just lights up whichever one I'm doing. And look how nice that looks. Oh, that looks so much better. And then I've just moved the radio links up so they sit right there behind the lamps. And everything here is awesome. So I think I can call this project done. And that is going to do it for me today. This project took a lot longer than I was expecting. Like, almost all of them have been taking longer than I was expecting. But I really like how this has turned out. And no, the reality is, I'm not going to use it often, but I like it. I like what's here. This is going to be great. So if you like it too, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, very gently hit the notification bell so it lets you know that new videos are up. You know, that type of thing. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming, signing off.